got it. Hello, 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 hello. I might turn the graphics down just one more notch actually. Just to make sure everything goes smooth. Run the lowest to the low. But I have been playing this game on a decent high quality. So I know the laptop can run now. Alright, let me drop this box and I'll take you through what I've done since you were last with me. Okay, so we'll start with the main area. Unfortunately, because I've had to turn the graphics down, you can't see my lighting that I've installed. Right. So previously, you've seen me run. I hear a monster. I didn't see it. These conveyors all the way over from the 6 or 8 iron mines over there, the copper mine and Castarium, well, whatever it's called. That has the metal. And you saw me make this. Caterium, that was it. So, the Caterium smelting operation looks like this. I'm not sure I like being hit, to be fair. The Caterium then goes into these 3 constructors. Which then makes quick wire. And look, I've got signs. Everything is labeled. Quick wire in these boxes. Caterium ingots in these boxes. Tell you what, now I've been playing with the graphics turned up, this game looks terrible at low graphics. These machines currently are making circuit boards using quick wire and plastic, which I shall get on to in a minute. These machines then feed into these boxes where I made a load of AI limiters, labelled, and above it, chipboards. No, not cafeteria wire. I've got... Oh, perfect timing. This tractor is running to my newly created oil. It's delivering plastic and fuel. I should get on to showing you that shortly. It dumps into 2 conveyors. Fuel gets split off and sent into this section, which refuels the buggies, the tractors whenever they come in, or any other vehicle I put there. I put a recirculation system on it in case there's a blockage, in case this is full. So I'm not using that much plastic. So I could actually turn on the 3rd machine. I've only got 2 machines running at the moment because I didn't want to use all my plastic up. But I'll turn on this assembler. There we go. That's just to use the plastic up. So, I got plastic, rubber, and then 4 boxes of fuel. And then more rubber this side because it actually turns out you make quite a lot of rubber. I'm not producing rubber currently. Yes, he did run over there. The power plant over here has gone. The coal has gone. That was here. It's all gone. And I've dug up all of these platforms that were here, and I've made them align with all the other platforms around the rest of the factory. So everything is smooth, fine, and dandy. It's all connecting. The ironworks, previously that was here, gone. Nuked it all. Everything is gone. There is nothing here. It is slowly being rebuilt currently. That's what's happening. All my miners have been upgraded to Mark II miners, and I've carefully calculated all of my ore. This is a Mark IV belt. It carries 480 items per minute. Everything feeding into this merger here adds up to 480 items per minute. Efficiency, I have it. I am actually making quite a lot of coupons at the moment, because I'm feeding in surplus coal, surplus rubber, I think it is. Where's the surplus fuel? It's being fed into that. I should be feeding surplus fuel into it. I don't want this backing up. Yeah. Package fuel goes to the right, which goes up to here, and then here, overflow goes to the right. So am I not full on fuel? I am full on fuel. So it must have sent all surplus fuel down this conveyor belt to my what's-a-magic sink. Steelworks is exactly as it was. All of the machinery that was up here has been dismantled to rebuild the new ironworks over there, which I'll show you in detail shortly. Oh yeah, Gail has not seen the pyrite mine section because she was asleep. Yes, Mark IV. I've done my research. I've got Mark IV. Coils and cables are exactly the same as you last saw them. What I do have over here now, you didn't see it, Saint, because you were asleep, but I went and found a pyrite vein and stuck a miner on it, and I've got a conveyor belt that leads miles, literally kilometers in that direction towards the miner. You can just see it in the distance on the hill. There's a big ramp that I made. And that feeding in pyrite into these bins here, which then gets turned into... not pyrite. I keep saying pyrite. It's not pyrite. It's quartz. So it feeds into refined quartz and also silica. Oh, I didn't change the picture on these ones. That was silly, wasn't it? Hang on then. Paste it. Oh, I've restarted the game, haven't I? Copy. Paste. Paste. Change image. There's silica. Silica. Save. Oh, I should have copied that one as well. Just make it quick. Although I think the other side's already done. It is already done. So. Oh yes. Look, it's the same. Shame I can't show you the lighting properly. When it gets dark, I've got the pink and cyan lighting too. This quartz. That's the end of the quartz line. My sulfur mine. Did you see me make a sulfur mine? I'm sure you saw me make a sulfur mine. Yeah, because I ran it on top. I stacked it on top of the conveyor belts, like so. That comes from over in that direction. So I've got sulfur coming in now. That sulfur I run through a machine. It's really struggling with the graphics. Sulfur comes into these bins. Yep, I've got 4 bins of sulfur. Is it? Yeah, I've got 4 bins of sulfur. I don't need 4 bins of sulfur. I can make that 2 bins of sulfur, I think. That goes into an assembler with some coal to make black powder. That I've stored over here separately. Then that black powder goes into a machine when it's overflowed to make obelisk. And that sits in this container here. So I've got explosives. I've unlocked manufacturers. They're massive machines that put four ingredients together to make different things. Hello, Moosey. So these aren't a permanent fixture. I've just plonked them here, and what I've done is I've hooked up 4 bins, and I can just make what I want on the fly. So I've made computers in this one, and I've made high-speed connectors in this one. Those are for some research, which I'll go and do now, actually. Porters. Give me high-speed drive. So that allows me to do some research. I should put that on to do. These bins here, and a couple of bins underneath actually, are all the bins that were over in the old ironworks. So I've just moved them here temporarily while I make the new ironworks. Same as these. These are just temporary storage for everything that I had on my person. Air limiters. Air limiters. Air limiters. Time to research the supercomputer. Oh, it takes all of 3 seconds. Cool. Geothermal generator? Oh, okay. Is that free power? Oh, that's awesome. So I got some free extra power because I found some water places over there. So happy about that. I also want to see what the programmable split to do. Split's going to, you can set rules for each output to decide exactly where each part should go. What's the difference between this and a smart one? Can I separate the amounts, I wonder? I'll keep pressing the right button. Mark 3 power poles have 10 connections. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'll come back to these at another time. I do not need... You can go back. No, you don't fit in the box anymore. What the hell? Whatever. I'll keep what I've got on me. It'll do. It's funny. Most of the time that I haven't been streaming has been not getting further, but just redesigning everything. I have a radar tower now, and a map. Look, there's a map. The radar tower is not overly epic. Originally, I built the tower right above the top of this tower, and then it spread out. After 50 minutes, it takes to fully scan the area, and it scanned pretty much everything I'd already uncovered anyway, so it was useless. But what I've done is, because the top of there, where that platform is 420 meters, thereabouts. And I did some googling, you see, about where's the best placed radar tower. And there's basically maximum 420 meters is the most efficient you can get. Anything higher than that is pointless. So I've built a platform that's 420 meters up, and all I'm doing is once the radar tower is finished scanning, I just move it along, and just move it a bit further along, a bit further along, a bit further along, so on and so forth. And eventually, I'm not going to do it now, but what I intend to do when I'm not busy redeveloping the ironworks is I'll just continue these platforms over and over and over across the entire map until I've radared the entire map. But what I can show you is, because it was a nightmare climbing all of these stairs up to the top, I built a hypertube yesterday to go all the way to the top. And then I couldn't I built it just before the stream yesterday, but I couldn't show you because the computer didn't work. But I have a tube to the top. This is the first time I've tried the tube to the top, actually. I built it, and then that's it. I never tried it. So hopefully it won't just fire me off the other side of the platform. Hey, didn't fire me off. So yeah, my radar tower is over here. It's a very long way away. I think you get the gist. It's over there. Rest of the tour. I only built a hypertube to come up to the top. I didn't see the point of building one to go back down again. Now, let's have a look at the power station while we're here in the air. I don't know how much you saw, whether you saw me double it up to 16 power stations. Did you see it doubled? It's limestone. This is running so efficient, I haven't been to it at all since I built it. It's getting exactly the right amount of resources it needs to power itself. So yeah, it's twice as big as it was. Generators. Oh yeah, because I had derp. Derp was here. This is where we lost derp when I built the other day. So this part hasn't changed at all. It's exactly as it was. At some point, I'll dismantle this pipe because I don't need it. Now I know what I know, I don't need that pipe at all. Still working on this area, so I haven't actually got around to finishing and finessing it. I will show you where my oil fill is now. No, I'll get another one at some point. Just not while I'm building everything up. As you can see, this is a very long way away. It's about 2.5 kilometers. So it took a long time to build these pipes. Nearly. Here we are. So I've got a couple of storage units and a craft bench for when I was, because basically I drove my buggy out here, stacked it with a load of materials, and then dumped them so I could build stuff. I've got a pure oil rig here. I don't think I need. I'll leave the beacon. I'll come to that bit. A pure oil rig there. My truck station here. And I got another oil rig over here. That's also pure. So each of those oil rigs are producing 240. What's this run on? Meters cubed? Yep. So each generator is generating 240 meters cubed per second, per minute. Not second. That'd be crazy good. Yeah. So this one one rig here is purely for power. I'm using it for. So that comes over here. Goes into 4 refineries. Now, to create fuel, you have to have a byproduct, which is polymer resin. So I've got a box full of polymer resin here, and the overflow with the splitter goes into another sink. So there we go, with just some going in there. So that's providing me with some extra tickets. The fuel goes into these 2,500 litre or 2,500 cubic meter storage containers. Each one of these refineries can power 4 power stations. So far I've got just 4 power stations running. I need to rejigger the pipes. Let's reconfigure the pipes. I've got a copper pipe on me over. So I thought I was being clever, but I'm not. So I'll need to run a pipe from there over to the middle here, and then split them up evenly. That's what I need to do. Do I have any copper pipes? I did wonder why I was having power fluctuations, but I never came to investigate it. I was too busy sorting out the ironworks, because I always had plenty of power anyway, so it wasn't necessary. Got some copper, but is it going to be enough to do all of this reworking of pipes? It might be. I mean, I've got to dismantle pipes anyway, so it's not too much of a big deal. So let's just try running. Is it not filling it? Right, I'll be that I need to reorganize this as well once I get the other power stations running. It's clearly making a mistake. I'm the best streamer. Alright. Yeah, so I make 60 crude oil per minute, and I'm pretty sure. Oh, I've miscalculated. I have miscalculated. No, I haven't. I've miscalculated at all. I can run 5 power stations. So I miscalculated, but in a different way. I can run 5 power stations, that's cool. So... do I set this up? If I'm going to repipe it, do I repipe it to 5 generators? Or shall I just make a 5th generator? Right, let's shove the pipe in here and then see if I can just fix it for now. There is something weird going on there. This thing is supposed to be producing 40 fuel per minute. No, I have made a massive miscalculation. I can only run 3 generators. So confused. What's going wrong? I shouldn't need a pump. This is not. It's not going up 10 meters. But I stream because Saint wanted me to stream it. Because she bought the game after all. I have no idea what's going on. Got no fuel in the pipes, but I don't know why. Is so fucking annoying. Yeah, it doesn't need a pump, Saint. It's under 10 meters. Just needs. I was just trying to power too many things. So I can power a 4th generator, obviously. I just need to pump it off a different pipeline. Each generator is now getting more fuel than it needs, slightly. So that will all, that line will all fill up nicely. Figure out where I'm going to put this next generator. I don't think I can go on top. And then those other two I'll sort out to go somewhere else or something. They're there for now, just need to be fancy. Power. There we go. What I might do is I might extend this platform out further, and then I'll run this set of power stations off this pipe from here down that way, and then I can run the other two ballasts in the line, like I've done with this one, and it should be fine and dandy. So yeah, that's the power station, and it's working properly now. Good. Over here, this is not optimized yet. This is just making plastic as much as I can. So this one's making the plastic, and we get heavy oil residue when you make plastic. So the heavy oil residue gets tanked and piped, like so. That heavy oil residue is then being pumped into this making machine here, which is turning it into fuel, and that's then being sent over to my packaging unit over here. So I've got a constructor that makes empty canisters using some of the plastic that I make, and then those empty canisters get added with the fuel in the packaging unit to create packaged fuel. That packaged fuel then gets sent into my truck stop and picked up by the tractor to be sent to the main base. That's that. So far, both this machine and the one next to it are making plastic, but I was just switching this one in and out of being producing rubber when I need it. In fact, it might be an option to start producing some rubber again. No, actually, I'll leave it for the moment. I think what I'll do is I'll come back at some point and make a rubber machine. That'd be the best option. So yeah, that's the oil refinery area. The oil field, I think I called it. I can't remember. Well, you enjoyed the journey. back in a moment. Okay. And then that brings me to what I was doing. The ironworks. So I was just in the middle of setting it up, all the constructors and whatnots. And I'll show you what I did yesterday that I couldn't do on the stream because it didn't work. Previously, I was running 2 smelters way over in that corner, just 2 smelters. And I was feeding it 480 ore per minute. Turns out, you can feed a lot more smelters than just 2 with that much ore. So, with 2 feeds of 480 ore per minute coming off these belt over here from that other iron field, I'm now running 32 smelters. 32 smelters when I was running 2 before. And I've laid them out, so I've got a 16 on the top, 16 on the bottom, and I've got an even spread conveyor belt system. So that every single miner is getting, or every single smelter is getting exactly the same amount. Oh, I've got lights as well. I got lights now, look. So every single smelter is getting the correct amount of ore. Each one of these smelters is firing out into these containers, which are already full. And what I was just doing was reorganizing the way I've stacked these bins. Because when I'm hooking up the constructors on the back here, I was having problems overlapping conveyor belts. So that is what I'm doing right now. I am moving these bins up to the same level as this platform. Then I can delete this platform. I just need them to have a little bit of space. Is that enough space? Have I done this right? Yes, because this is my second stack of constructors here. I'm separating these bins into 12 bins. We'll be creating iron plates, and 20 bins will be feeding rods. So these machines here that I've made so far will be all making iron rods. That I'll then split further down into screws as well. 32, yeah, tons of lots. But that's where we at. Do I still have 48 slots? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I could just do this, couldn't I? How many across? Is it 10 across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 across. Why is that so awkward? Right, I've got a bin at the end that I was just dumping stuff in. Now I'll just dump stuff. I don't currently need computer bits. That'll do. I have done a lot, but I did it in a very short space of time. Like I said, most of my time has been spent just letting materials build up. All of this, other than these constructors here, all of the bins and all of the smelters took 4 hours. So creating that smelting station, it just took me 4 hours yesterday to do. So it's not so much doing what I'm just getting quicker at it. Oh, well, the pipe's still. Container. Basically, this is me. I want you in line with the wheels. Make that, and then dump that. Solid. Yeah. Same again. That. 2 floors. Make a bin. Line it up. This ladder here is just a divider, so I know what side I was turning into plates and what side I was turning into rods. Got dinner in about 45 minutes. Right, then I should be back on after that. I don't see any reason not to. No, did I not? Why is that there? Ah, okay. Because I haven't been dumping off the quartz. Oh, I also haven't been deleting those conveyor belts. Damn it! Oh, actually, I think I need those to make the bins. Let's see what happens. Whoa! It is. I feel like it was in line. Okay. So now I've got to just re-hook up all of these bins, delete all these platforms. And put the signs back on the fronts. Yeah, okay. Let's rods. Something is wrong. This container's the wrong way around. right. Memes. Young Hobbit. Oh, yes. Boom. Might put that platform back in. Might have to run more lighting up here as well. Okay. So, yeah, I think I will leave. Do it like this. That's going to be the next layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I fit 6 of these constructors on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can, right to here. Splendid. May as well make them. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, I don't know if I necessarily want it's there. Yeah, I do. That's fine. You feed. You. Plate. 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 That's all of my plate machines set up. I just need to make somewhere for them to go. And I think the best thing to do is put more of those bins just in front of them for now. What's that? Okay. Too steep. Realised I didn't put the nameplates back on the top of those bins on the top shelf. Okay. It's annoying because I've taken away the floor now. Easy peasy. Ran out of crystals? Never run out of crystals. I should have exactly the same amount of crystals as I started with. Where've my crystals gone? What have they been used on? It doesn't make sense as to why I don't have the crystals. You get back 100% of the resources whenever you... So what if I built this use crystals? That is my quartz. I hope I'm not going to find it in one of these bins. Oh, I know exactly what the issue will probably be. I dismantled these before I started the stream. So there's a strong possibility I dumped my crystals somewhere else. Yeah, I'll go get some more. You think a bit to be proud? You don't believe how long I spent trying to think of the best way to do this, you know. I didn't just knock it together. I had to plan everything. I had to figure out how much ore I was going to need, how many things, this, that, the other. calculate the belt speeds so I could have the correct feed rate. I spent more time thinking, not playing the game, than I have actually just playing the game. Just to make sure that this goes right. Okay, now we can delete the floor again. Oh, oh, no. That wasn't supposed to happen. My ladder's up there. This is the underbelly feed, the ore that came from where the main base used to have it. All the way over there. I fed it all the way under the floor. That's what I want to do. I want to have all the conveyor belts eventually just hiding under the floor so you don't see them. It's just going to be manufacturing units and then storage bins where everything gets deposited. That's how I want it to be. Need a wall on this end, don't I? That's not where I want it, is it? Boom. Get in there. Get in there. I need quick wire. Quick wire. Tell you what, this thing's getting closer to my base than I originally thought it was. I'm glad I built it so far away. Considering I haven't even got half of the construction units in it yet. Oh yes, snowball construction will be the main thing. Let's see if I can change the shadows, just so you can see the lighting while it's night. There we go. It's fairly better. Look. What do you think to my lighting? That's my lighting. I'll turn it back down again before it crashes. So the game runs perfectly fine. It's the moment I start streaming, it doesn't like it. Oh yeah, all the lighting in this place is going to be nice, cyan pink colours. I didn't realise I hadn't finished the conveyor belts yet. Let's get the conveyors in. Sockets. I'm not going to try and mass destruction, otherwise I'm going to accidentally leak something I don't want it to leak. I will actually change the way the wall works down here when I get to... Where did I get to? Here. I'll put one there if I need it. Oh, actually, I will. Oh, yeah. It's brilliant idea. Instead of having this power cable in the middle of nowhere, I might reroute one somewhere else. Where can I reroute it? Can I run it across? Doesn't fix the sanctions. That's annoying. I wonder. Tidy everything, I can't see it. I'd have preferred it like attached to this, but I think this is probably the best way. Just wrong button. That one. Now I did put an Ironworks power switch in, so ideally I need to... Oh, I'm going to have to reroute, I see what I have to do. Oh, fuck off, you shithead. And then... spot on. Now I can delete that pole that's in the middle of nowhere. Oh no, I couldn't. I just realised that was powering the sink as well. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to write out instructions to how to sand resin at the same time as think on how to play this game. Or if you're listening, Saint, I can just tell you because it's a lot fucking quicker than writing this essay out. We can try what? It's really not that much. Boom. Oh, I did go in the right place. Bastard. Right, I think that's every single plate in production. These take 30 ingots per minute, and those machines produce 30 ingots per minute, yes? So yes, that's the plates done. They are all done. I don't have to worry about plates anymore. It's rod time. Okay. I presume there's not much to sand off. Seeing as I have no idea how much you need to sand. Right, so I'd start with 240 grit paper. And you want to put it flat on a table. And then you're going to get your spray bottle with water in it. And you're going to spray the paper to make it wet. Then you're going to get your piece of resin that you're going to sand. And in just a forwards and backwards motion, you're going to just forwards and backwards on the paper until the back is all flat. And not like, don't go crazy with it, otherwise you won't have a coin left. You want just enough so that it's just gone flat, and that all of the back is completely scratched by the sandpaper. Once all the back is completely scratched by the sandpaper, you know that that is now one flatness. And once you've got that written down, the rest of it's easy. Okay, so you're going to do exactly the same all the way up. That's it. That's the pattern. You do exactly the same now, but you just change the grit, and you change the direction that you move the coin, so that you create like a crossways across the grain. So you'll next do 320 grit, and you'll do exactly the same. You put it flat on a piece on the table. You'll spray water on it, make sure it's wet, and then you'll move the coin backwards and forwards on the sandpaper, but you'll do it at a 90-degree change of direction. So you're going straight across what you was doing before. That way, what you can do is when you look at it, to know how far you've got to go, or to know when you are finished with that layer, is when all of the lines are pointing in the same direction that you are rubbing, and all of the other bit is gone. If that makes sense, say now. Does that make sense? I just need to know that you've got what I've said so far, and then I can tell you the rest. Okay. I'm going to tell you the rest of the grits to use, but the method is the same. Flat on a table, spray it with water, and make sure you rub it backwards and forwards in a 90-degree direction to the way you did it previously, so you know what you've done. So you've done 240, you've done 320, next 400, then 600. You can see you go exactly in the order that you got the sandpaper, actually, up to 1,000. There's 400, 600, 1000. And then I think you got 1200. And then 1500. I don't have your sandpaper, so closest to those numbers as possible. Once you've got to 1500, that's when you switch to micromesh. You got to 600, then 800. My dinner's going to be ready, so you got to. Then 1000. I don't know what sandpaper you've got, so I've got to guess now. 1200. $1,500. Then micromesh. And it's the same process with micromesh, but it's color coded. So there's a little slip of paper in your micromesh that tells you what color is what number. And you do exactly the same from, I think it starts at 1,500 all the way up to 12,000. I think it is. Yeah, so inside your micromesh pack, if you haven't opened it yet, you get one of these charts, as well as your micromesh pads, all different colors. Alternate rubbing all the way up, yep. You never change that at all. When you get to 12,000 grit with your micromesh, it'll be a high gloss polish. You don't necessarily, depending on what you think of it, you don't necessarily have to use the plastic polish when you get to that point. But I'll tell you the instructions for the plastic polish. So yeah, sanding all the way up to 1200 on the 12,000 micromesh. 12,000 micromesh is the end, using the color-coded chart. Should you decide to polish, you have 2 bottles and 1 cloth. What I did was cut my cloth into 2. I've got 2 cloths. I've got 1 cloth that I use for the cutting compound, which is the white one, and one I use for the polishing compound, which is the brown one. And it is pretty much self-explanatory. Same again. The instructions are actually in this packet. It's just like a tiny dib of the cutting compound on your cloth, and then in lines or little circles. I do, because that's how I used to polish shoes. Just little tiny circles on the back of the coin. Use the cutting compound until it's no longer visible. Then give it a good wipe with that cloth that you've used for the cutting compound, and then change the cloth for the other cloth that you haven't used, and then a tiny bit of polishing compound, little tiny circles, and you just keep going until you're happy with the shine. That's all you got to do. And then when you're finished with how shiny you've got it, you know, you can add a bit more polishing compound if it runs dry. You're just looking for it to be more like a fine mist on the surface of the coin. You don't want it to be too you don't want too much polish on it, otherwise it's just a waste of polish. It's not doing anything. It's just like you're just literally rubbing a kind of dusty layer of polish into it to polish it up, and you just do that. That's all you need to do. So as you just saw, the cutlery's just come in, so dinner will be ready very, very shortly. So I'm going to pack up now, and I will stream again after dinner. You're welcome. I hope you managed to do it fine. I'm sure you will. The door keeps opening now. Right, let's save the game. Okay. I will see you after food. Bye bye.